Alright, well, we are a week out from the next race at Joe's Speedway, and we come out to do a little bit of testing. Kevin's back in town after a short hiatus.
Yep, a little vacation time. Had
a couple messages on YouTube from a couple of you guys wanting to know where Kevin's been in the last couple of videos, so he's back. And
did a couple little projects here on the machine, so we'll see how this is going to work out. That's part of the reason why we're here. So we got the ride height lower, obviously without the right springs as far as the fender spring. Had to make troop limiters. See how that holds up. Had to gusset the rear upper control arms. Before I left North Carolina, I got a hold of some used parts off old cup car. It's a rear sway bar off old generation car. So hopefully, mounting right here, it'll have enough leverage to be able to maybe make a difference other than the stock one. I mean, we're just gonna have to science it out. Worst case scenario, run both of them. Because I mean, it's to get the car to lay flat in the corner and not roll over on, you know, whatever wheel, be a huge benefit. Or might make it rotate too much. You know?
So I think the goal is to go out and turn a couple laps here today with this. He's got it kind of zip tied up on the bar right now, just to try and run it back to the way it was, the way it's been the last couple of times you run it.
I had the springs all apart on this thing, so I want to get the rear dial back in, so know where I'm at. Run the stock one for the first run, and then switch it over.
And then come back and switch it back over, put the sway bar on, and then go back out and try it again. So we are still in a severe rack crisis, yes, as far as my two cars go. So
my fault.
And back in June at the second round at Rolling Ranch, when
all that nonsense
happened, Kevin broke the rack out of back to the 90s. So then we took the rack out of my race bike to put back to the 90s. Kevin ordered a rack at the racetrack, and Yamaha still hasn't sent the rack yet. So we bought another rack that'll be here on Friday, and I have the rack back to the 90s so that I can make the race here next weekend, but didn't come out to do any testing. But I guess I have 4 laps and hot laps to do some testing in.
You're right.
So, but
you'll be all right.
Anyways, me and Kevin have like identical cars other than the shifting goes in it, so any learning is our learning, I guess. So right. I don't actually need to be behind the wheel for it. So, but anyways, like I said, week before the race, it's Sunday. Gonna turn a couple laps. Oki's here with the 1600 buggy. He's out around the corner here. He's
making some dust.
Yeah, he's doing some changes. We got Bill Delaney's here with his YXZ. He runs a stock class. He's doing some testing. Oki's doing some testing. We're gonna do some testing today.
I was like, oh, this is it right here. If it don't hook, we're going over. It's gonna be bigger than shit.
Oh. I gotta turn the GoPro on. Yeah, it's pretty tough. after it. See if I can get on the other side of the track real quick before he comes through. Oh man, maybe he's come pick me up. What a guy. Did you come to pick me up? Yeah. You're the man. All right.
Need a wrench.
So that first test session there was without the sway bar setup, the external sway bar setup. So he's got the this one on the back, and it looks like he started taking off the sway bar link here. So he must be planning on running this time with just the external and not the stock, and with the extra sway bar and not the stock. And then I guess if he's going to do that, he's probably going to run another session after this with both of them hooked up. Is that what you're going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to run this time. So the first session was stock without this setup here. Now you're taking the links off, so you're going to do away with that one and just run this one, and then you're going to try with both of them?
Yeah, to see how it feels, and then if it's good or bad or not enough or whatever, then I'm going to... Either way, I think I'm still going to hook them all up, just to see what it does. I hate to carry the weight around if it's good, but I mean, if it's fast,
right.
I mean, just deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterintuitive, but...
Right. Alright, going out for second session now with the new sway bar setup hooked up. And the stock sway bar disconnected. So... hopefully John's got the timer. You can check some lap times. We can compare. I think he said 33:50 last time, which is a little bit off of Kevin's fastest time. But the track's changed a bit. It's dusty and slick, and So we knew there was a bit of a risk that this new sway bar setup could either bend the new All-Star swedge tubes that are on there, or it could actually bend the upper control arm. So Kevin took a couple laps. He said he was going to come back in and just look everything over before he goes back out again. But from what I can tell, it looks like everything held up pretty good. So we'll go see what he had to say about it. All right, well, I guess nothing was bent. So he come in, John give him the thumbs up that nothing was bent. So looked up, everything looked all right. Like a flat. I can't see from the dust. Still can't tell. Oh yeah, he's got a flat right rear. Could tell by the sound of it.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, we heard you hit before that.
Is it this lane there? Can I get it out?
Ouch.
Kevin, is it something I can remove right now?
You probably can see it. Like, see those dark spots on the track right there in that corner? It's laying right in there.
What the heck?
Yeah, the lap before it went around there was like, and then cleared up. I said, something's wrong.
Oh, in that corner?
Right on that. Then a dog.
Is that open? Oh, you got it.
Oh, we did.
Wrong. And then the second one, you caught
My ear was right. It was a tire. And
Oh, yeah.
So, how was the sway bar feel? Looked very good.
Did it really?
Yeah.
It felt flat as hell.
It looked real good.
Honestly, I don't. When we get this thing put back on the rim, of course, getting here, I was putting old stockies on there. But I feel like stock one on there too with it might be too much.
I think so. You looked like you might want to try somehow to tighten it up a little bit if the track ever gets slick like this, because you looked like you looked loose to me.
I was forcing it.
Okay.
I was
But
also
it looked
forcing
way more sideways. It looked like you were counter steering more than earlier. Like the wheels were actually going back to counter a little bit. Like it was sliding a lot easier. We'll have to watch. I don't
know if I changed much or what, but I do know that I was hustling it a heck of a lot harder. So that could have been more confidence and feeling like it wasn't rolling over. What do you know? Everybody's did a good deal on the 75. Drone action out here, Joe's.
UFO.
Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
Sounds like a bunch of hornets.
I hope he was filming whenever you were out there. I'd like to see that footage.
Yeah.
So we got a flat tire, bent wheel. They're working on it right now. It looks like they're going to get it straightened out enough to where Kevin can go back out and kind of finish this test session. Oh yeah, it is chunking up down here, ain't it?
Yeah. It slid down into it.
Wow.
And they popped it up out of the ground. It's a pretty sizable rock, the looks of it. So yeah, it'll be just take time to this corner, enter against the grass, stay away from the dang. That thing's neat.
That is, that's cool. I want to see the footage off of it.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like, I can't believe how much fluff is out here. It's
deep.
It is deep. It's real deep out
Yeah,
here.
he still ain't even down to anything hard yet, right there. So, about, I don't know, 5 inches of pack. Fluff. Fluff it.
So, anyways, we're gonna head back up to the pit area up there, see if they got Kevin's wheel straightened out. And
yeah, I kind of feel guilty that I'm not there helping, but you know, whatever. Let my dad do something.
So, we're gonna head back over there and see if we can. How many times are you gonna go back out? One more time? One more session out? Two more times?
Well, I want to mess with the front heights a little bit.
All right.
Get,
well, I'm gonna get the. I haven't posted any lap times yet, so I'll do that now. Get some lap times posted and stuff, and a couple more sessions out. Wrap it up.
Wrap her up. You're done.
This drone's messing with my head. I can't see it on this camera for some reason. I don't know why.
Fisheye lens.
Okay, back out. Third session. Now we have the new sway bar set up on and the stock sway bar hooked back up. So Kevin was pretty happy with that car with the new sway bar alone without the stock sway bar hooked up. So now we've hooked up the stock sway bar back, so now he's got the back sway bar and this sway bar, and see what's going to happen here now. Kevin's thinking that it's probably going to be a little bit too much, but we will see what he thinks after he comes back. Whoa, what's going on? I think I just heard Joe say you lost something off the car. Kevin's hammered down, so I don't know what it was that he lost. Time here, see where we're standing right now. But I don't know how much we can judge off of that with the dust out here today. Just judging by looking at the car, I would say that Kevin's probably going to say that that's a little bit too much. The car is not rolling over at all. It doesn't look like he's hooked up as much as he was earlier. He's going back in only after a couple laps, so I don't know. We'll go talk to him. We'll see what he thought about it. Looked like the car was a little bit loose. Of course, the track is a little loose, anyways. But I think the double sway bar is going to be a little bit too much. So anyways, we're gonna go back out. Kevin's gonna take a couple more laps before we pack it up here today and see where we're at. Overall, I think the hey, see you, man. Have a good one.
See you, man.
Overall, I think it's safe to say that the sway bar was quite a success. It's gonna be,
And like I say, it'd be really interesting to see what happens on a track that's prepped, as far as watered and tacked up, because it's hard to say like one way or the other. But now it's like it rolls over just a fraction of the amount, like compared to what it was, and it's just flat and it's consistent.
So we'll see what it does out here next weekend when the track's prepped and we're actually racing on it. So yeah, we're gonna go out. One more session.
Good now, and I'll go out there and I'll fucking break something now. I guarantee it.
Right, right. So go out, a couple more laps, pack it up for the day, and get back home. I got a rack to put in mine before next weekend, which that's a small job. I'll have that thing ready to go. We still got to get the buggy prepped and get it ready to come out. So I guess now we're kicking around the idea of maybe bailing out from Joe's
as soon as the festivities are over.
As soon as it's over, and heading to Muskingum County for a night race that we just heard is going on up there. So we'll see about all that too. All right, this is the final sesh here. Kevin's got to stop up here. I got to turn the GoPro on the front bumper. Yeah.
Rolling it off the wheel.
Yeah, especially we got a race coming up next week. So,
I think
final words.
We found some.
Yeah.
Big time. See ya. Get
See you, Dave.
Down. That wasn't good. Was huge. Because now she's flat all the way around. The thing I would say that's going to help is aftermarket front bar. Getting in the corner. Like what you got on yours now that I bought. It should help a lot. But this, and then the stock one on top of it, which, I mean, it sucks carrying an extra weight. If I could get a heavier bar in the back, I will, but I don't think it's going to be able to. I think that's about the heaviest bar we have. So.
Well, we'll see you in about 6 days. What happens? So we'll catch you guys a couple of days from now at the race.
Race out here, and then possibly
Yeah.
Muskingum afterwards, because they're running it under the lights. So we'll see if we can sneak on over there if we get out of here in time.
Yeah. So we may bail out of here when the races are over and head to Muskingum County.
That's right.
Some racing there. So
See if we
we'll
can
catch
make
you
some
guys.
money.
We'll catch you guys here in a couple of days at back at Joe's
Oh, hot
Speedway.
these rear tires are.